what happened from 2015 to then 19 to where we are now? Like, what do you think happened? This virus was transferred to China, and then it was escaped either intentionally or unintentionally, and now we're in this situation. Is that what you think happened?
Well, all I can tell you is the facts. The facts are they were working on it in North Carolina. Whether they finalized it in North Carolina and then transferred it to China, or whether it was in the process of being transferred, or I can tell you that the original cell lines that they used in the research was from Fort Detrick. So that's another thing. And of course, Fort Detrick goes back historically to all sorts of things, including HIV back in the 1980s. You know, Fort Detrick, again, being in the military, the history of Fort Detrick is pretty interesting. There was a book written called Project Daylily by Garth Nicholson, who was the head of the laboratory division at MD Anderson. There were some things that happened at MD Anderson, for example, some of the human experimentations that were being done on vaccines. And this particular doctor, not Garth Nicholson, not Garth Nicholson, but one of his colleagues at MD Anderson, decided that he was going to expose the truth because they were taking Harris County. Houston is located in a county called Harris County. Harris County jail system, they were using these vaccine as experimentation, human experimentation, using it on the inmates in Harris County jail. And when this doctor said he was going to expose it, suddenly he was found dead in his office in the hospital, apparent suicide. There was only one problem with that apparent suicide. The exit wound was in the front of his head. The entry wound was in the back of his head. So when you start looking at things like this, and of course, nobody talks about it, the media doesn't talk about it. And there's been these histories of these reported suicides. Dr. Bradstreet, who was a friend of mine, who I was a keynote speaker on Friday of this conference that happened in May of 2015. He was a keynote speaker with two other doctors on that Saturday. I was talking to him. He had a new book coming out. He just got married. He was happy. 2 weeks later, he's found dead in North Carolina. He's from Florida. He's found in North Carolina with apparent reported suicide with a gunshot wound to his chest. Okay, now people don't shoot themselves in the chest, but suicide. So, and they rooted that he was depressed. And again, I know this guy, I was with him. And I actually had a very strange event that happened. And I basically went to the police and I told him, look, I don't need anything. I'm just reporting to you. And I've told it out to my social media platform then. Hundreds of people knew about it back then. That, look, if something happens to me, I'm not depressed. I'm not suicidal. I love life. And don't worry about me. I'm not worried about that part. I'm just wanting to make people make sure that if somebody rules it a suicide, it's not. Okay? Whatever it is, it's not suicide.